Okay, so what if you could clone yourself? And I'm not just talking about your to-do list, but your actual brain, your unique way of thinking. Today, we're going to break down the pretty bold pitch from a company called UgenticIQ, which claims it can build you an entire team of AI clones.
This quote from them really just it gets right to the heart of the problem UgenticIQ says it's trying to solve. It's aimed squarely at any founder who jumped into business for that dream of freedom only to find themselves completely trapped by their own success.
So, what is this entrepreneur's dilemma they talk about? Well, according to them, it's this wall that every successful founder eventually smacks into when they try to grow. It's a very specific set of frustrations that just stops scaling dead in its tracks. All right, so their pitch boils this whole dilemma down to 4 key pain points. First, you're facing these huge hiring costs, but new employees still don't really think like you. Second, the generic AI tools out there just sound robotic and clunky. And while you're juggling a million different software subscriptions, you finally realize the biggest bottleneck in the whole company, yeah, it's you. And this is the ultimate consequence they're highlighting, a complete flip of that entrepreneurial dream. You're no longer in the driver's seat. The business is now running you.
So if that's the big, hairy problem, what's their big solution? It all comes down to a concept they call AI cloning, which is a very, very direct answer to that classic founder's wish. If only I could just clone myself.
Now here's where they really draw a line in the sand. They argue that tools like ChatGPT are single-trained on just, well, the entire internet. Their method, which they call double training, first learns from your personal content to capture your voice, your style, and then it applies that knowledge to specialized business roles. In AI terms, this is likely a form of fine-tuning, but their goal is to move way beyond basic automation to what they call true delegation.
And the core of this whole process is a concept they've branded intellectual DNA. The big promise here is that the AI can analyze your emails, your blog posts, your courses, and create this digital map of your unique communication style. It's not just what you know, but how you persuade and argue. This map then becomes the foundation for what they call your digital twin.
So you're probably wondering, how does this mind cloning thing actually work? Well, the company lays it all out in a pretty straightforward 4-step process. They make it sound super simple, right? You start by feeding the system your content. They call it uploading your brain, which is kind of cool. The AI then does its thing, analyzes it all, and builds your digital twin. From there, you just pick your team from this whole roster of AI specialists, and boom, you manage them all from one central dashboard. So after you do all that, what do you actually get? The end result is a full roster of specialized AI employees, and here's the kicker. Each one is trained to think and work just like you.
And this is where that whole intellectual DNA concept really comes to life. The platform offers over 30 pre-built rules, from a sales copywriter to a course creator. The claim is that each one is already an expert in its function, but it gets infused with your unique style, so it performs that job just as you would.
And listen, this is a really crucial distinction in their pitch. They're hammering this point home. They're deliberately trying to shift the language from automation, which we all know, to delegation. And the implication is powerful. You're not just offloading simple tasks. You're handing off complex, brain-heavy work to AI clones that supposedly think and reason just like you do. Okay, so this all leads us to the financial argument, which, let's be honest, is a massive part of their pitch. We're talking about the pure economics of using an AI team versus hiring a human one. And man, their financial argument is designed for pure shock value. This chart compares what they estimate as a $20,000 monthly cost for a small human team against the cost of their platform. The visual gap is it's staggering. It's meant to completely reframe how you even think about team building costs. And there it is, the number at the center of it all. $49 a month. That's the price point they're using to anchor the value of getting access to that entire library of over 30 specialized AI employees. But what's really interesting is after landing that huge financial punch, they kind of pivot. The company claims the real value isn't just saving a bunch of money, but multiplying your expertise. It's about scaling your unique knowledge across the whole business 24/7 without you needing to be involved in every single task. And so, that leaves us with this pretty big question. The whole premise here goes way beyond just automating a few tasks, right? It's about cloning expertise. It really pushes us to wonder if this is the future of work. And not just for founders, but for anyone whose value lies in their unique way of thinking. Is your intellectual DNA the next thing to be scaled?